Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Small on top left side as magenta French, we got liquid DeMu. Small on top bottom right side as the blue House of Lancaster, we got APM28. Let's see now, when it comes to map generation, this map has a unique mechanic of these tiny gold deposits providing 1,600 gold each. Nothing too significant, but does offer a good amount of food along the flanks. In fact, there's a large deer deposit here filled with 10, while next to two smaller ones filled with 3, so there's 16 delicious venison there and 1 delicious boar. And of course another deposit of 10 deer here and another Pumbaa. Let's come to gold. Looks like Magenta has this one small gold deposit here and another small one here. There is a trading post there, so while going for Chamber of Commerce is not a great idea since you have to build an out market in the corner. Probably going to see the School of Cavalry like normal. House of Lancaster, we usually has by default, we usually see the Castle Lancaster, which we do. So no, what's it called? Lords of Lancaster, because no way deploys out the whatchamacallit, Palace of Kings. Blue does find a good number of sheeple there. I don't think I've ever cast a single game where there's a Lord of Lancaster on the field. I have no idea what their capabilities are. Castle Lancaster almost complete, which will give his nearby manors a defensive arrow. So it looks like by default, the House of Lancaster player is going for the manors. Let's switch over to him so I have to keep an eye on the manor count. Though this up here is mostly correct, but only counts completed ones. Both players aged up nearly exactly the same time. School of Cavalry course available. Wallian back here does not want to be hit by any flanks. There's the first manor. The castle itself offers no garrison space and offers basically a reasonable arrow, a single keep arrow. So it's slightly better than an outpost right now. Of course, the manor gets the same, does get a weak arrow. We do now, of course, and also provide some extra resources each minute. This is going to be a bit of an equal game. We do have, of course, looks like got a professional scouts for the French player. He's going to try to get all the delicious venison on the map. Very nice. And we got quite a bit of stone here. He's actually eyeing for a secondary town center somewhere. When's the last time I actually casted a game with somebody actually getting an expansion town center? It's actually been a while. So the French player is going to be eating well. He's going to decide for expansion play, just get more villagers. Of course, he is French as well. He does get faster building villagers, so he's going to counter out his opponent's boom with his own boom. And there's a delicious amount of venison on the map. He can also steal 7 scouts. Each large deer deposit is 10 deer. So I have no idea what the maximum number of scouts are. Probably 20. Because I can at least pick up everything at one time. And then some. We do now have the town center, of course, the bottom field, getting extra villager queues. So it's effectively have 2.5 villager queues at the moment. Got hextuple manors so far. Does have all manors available. We're gonna get more manors. Oh. And we do actually have the first levy, the Demi-Lancer levy, in which I still cannot understand Demi-Lancers. They have a little bit more health than horsemen. They have less, about the same damage as a horseman. They have 2 armor like a sofa. And they're classified as heavy cavalry. Yeah, these guys are pretty weak for when it comes to a heavy cavalry. I think as a Ottoman Sipahi is actually superior. They do have standard horseman attack speed, but 8 damage is not a lot. Far from it. Guildhall not going on up for the French. And Magenta will spot the Demi-Lancers. So he needs to get out some Royal Knights. Royal Knights will be more than adequate to deal with Demi-Lancers. Scouts drops the Venison and runs. Demi-Lancers do have standard heavy cav movement speed. That Scout got impaled a lot and not dead because these are Demi-Lancers, whose charge attack is weaker than even a Keshik charge attack, or basic attack. You also have now the White Tower being employed in the field for blue. In the center map, trying to seize this gold deposit, which offers nothing special other than some free Earl's Guards. The unique heavy infantry for the House of Lancaster, which have ability to throw knives, so they are Call of Duty aspirants. Demi-Lancers do receive automatic age-up stats, now up to 160 health, and 9 damage from 8, making them slightly better, and plus 1 damage from having a keep on the field. At least they are instantly better, still not particularly great. Guildhall is almost complete, and we'll need to get the Veteran Royal Knight as soon as he can. Got now the Spearman, Hardened Spearman upgrade now on the way for the House of Lancaster, which is something the English cannot research. Because the English don't get regular Spearman. They start off Vanguard man-at-arms instead. We do of course have the Royal Knights advancing. Veteran Royal Knight on the way. Does take a bit of damage there. Royal Knights starting to engage. I think 5 Royal Knights, unupgraded Royal Knights can beat 8 veteran Demi-Lancers. I have no faith in Demi-Lancers, if you can't tell. Of course, his next levy is, of course, available, which will give him levy 8 yeomen and 1 additional yeoman for each manor, so he has 6 in the field, so that'll be 14 yeomen. A slightly faster archer with +1 range. What's a +1 damage? I always forget. They also do move at intermediary faster speed, faster than spearmen, slower than Musfati warriors, and Palace Guard. Excuse me, Palace Guard. Do now have a keeping established by the French, which of course allow them access to get the cost reduction aura. Keep influence, whatever the I can't say that word. I can't say that word for some odd reason. You now have the Royal Knights take out the scout there. Enlistment incentives. There we go. Of course, that is Imperial research. I sort of just associate this with the entire keep influence. His 3 Earl's Guards are still alive. Somewhere, not nearby the White Tower. There they are. Earl's Guards do have 12 base damage. Of course, the dagger throw ability. Overall, I think they're basically equal to man-at-arms with some slight effects. It's just the dagger throw and the House Unified. Monk does go down there, and those forces do get teamed on up. Magenta probably should eye to research Chivalry relatively soon, because he's getting pretty wounded there. Another exotic doggo getting some bites there. Spearmen push way forward. They do not have the billman upgrade yet. Does knife throw that one Royal Knight, and now with the Wooden Guard Palace being pulled in the field. Wooden Guard Palace does offer 4 banner armies, which one of them does include Demi-Lancers. And I think it also mixes in other knights as well. I know the Warden Guard army is a very, very good banner army. It's effectively you get 2 spearmen, 2 crossbowmen, and get a free trebuchet to go along with it, or you pay for a trebuchet and get 2 spearmen, 2 crossbowmen. And the Red Palace has now been established there, and it could rip apart the White Tower. Remember as well, the Red Palace does do 60 damage, which means it will do 10 damage per bolt against the White Tower. Look at that, it's ripping it apart. I'm so glad as well when it comes to the Red Palace, they actually add the crossbow sound effect to the Red Palace, because beforehand it just had no sound effect. Does the garrison there? Could throw some regular military units to help deal with it. Here's the Warden Guard Palace. And you got the Warden Guard arm, which do the 2 spear and 2 crossbow trebuchet. Earl's retinue provides 6 DeMu lancers and 2 hobblers. Hobblers are the cheaper, weaker horseman variant. Very nice counter unit. Garrison command provides 8 spearmen and 1 Earl's Guard. So you get, it's a cost no gold there. Let's see, 8 spearmen is 80 times 8, so that's 360. Plus 1 Earl's Guard is 120. So yeah, that is a discounted army. Does produce in 30 seconds, so it's pretty nice. You got the gunpowder contingent. Get 2 revolver weapons, 1 culverin, which I believe you get effectively 1 of those weapons for free. Red Palace does report those forces. The White Tower is almost destroyed. Villagers being pursued by the wolf. No Billman upgrade just yet. He's going for lead spearman. Polish go for the Billman upgrade. It's a pretty nice upgrade. It gives you armor stripping, allowing your spearmen to be a bit more effective against heavy infantry and other heavy units. Trying to salvage a keep up here. The local doggo once one of the sticks that the spearman's carrying. Throw the stick and be perfectly fine. This gold deposit doesn't last long. 1600, it's not a whole lot. I looked away for a moment, it's already halfway gone, and there goes the White Tower, still 5,500 gold there. Keeping all the point of field, and this garrison inside. Thanks to secondary town center, Magenta does have 87 military in villagers versus 54. You have more garrison commands being employed in the field. This costs 450 resources. The garrison command does provide, what was it again? 8 times 8, that's 48, so 4,800 plus 120. So that's 600, you get 600 resources a unit for 450, so you get it for a 25% discount, which is pretty nice. And of course, the keep in the region does have 1 for Arbalest emplacement thanks to the Red Palace, making it pretty good in defense. Monk getting hacked to death by the scout, wielding axe. The scouts can also help him out and try to really chop that holy man to pieces. And that's how relics are made. You hack apart a holy man into multiple small pieces, and then you put them inside something. And that will probably provide the relics for the next game, for the 2 players that are going to play on it. Now the villagers do get inside the keep there. The spearmen will be ripped apart. Got the Billman upgrade there. Of course, now a keep and the Red Palace here. There's quite a bit of influence here. Paul should go for enlistment incentives before he starts building his army, because right now he has 3 military units on the field. He's going for a good number of horsemen. Probably could have gone for this earlier. He has enough resources for it, so probably should go for it at least right now. And don't think horsemen are a good option versus House of Lancaster, because House of Lancaster has the Billmen. They are going to be pulling out a good number of spearmen. And especially when we know his opponent has been going for a good number of the garrison commands, so he's going to have a good number of spearmen. He has gone for one set of Earl's retinue. Here's the whole lore if you're ever curious about it. Currently just a feudal age variant. It is a weaker but cheaper horseman. Northern Six side is kept from magenta and will hold. And blue is trying to obtain multiple gold deposits down south. Magenta's not moved into this gold deposit here. Probably should. Maybe getting another keep to support it out. Got a number of outposts here to protect, collecting up the boar. Fortified outpost complete. This one's just armed with defensive regular arrows. Got regular French archers here. It's not going to be too particularly great. DeMu Lancers right now have 6 armor. These veteran archers have 8 damage, so they do 2 damage per arrow. Not great. No royal bloodlines just yet. And you can see the armor ripping effect there. Huh. Oh wait, there was +1. Never mind. I know the Buildman effect does stack, but apparently doesn't go down natural armor, if I read that correctly. Builder's trying to repair up this outpost, has no weapon placement there. And repairing up quite a bit, we'll take some losses there. Spear engaging with them, or elite horsemen engaging the DeMu Lancers. And now those villagers will go on down. We got a secondary town center now pulled up with the House of Lancaster. He has all 9 manors in the field. I'm assuming he has the gold income as well. Yep. So currently right now providing 40, 45, 60. And does scare the local deer population. We do now have the Royal Bloodlines research, increasing the all cavalry health by 35%. Battering ram there. Battering ram does have 95% range resist, so it will take a bit of a beating. Soldiers here can, of course, push forward and torch it. Horsemen engaging these spearmen, the billmen. Finds more of the billmen there. Got the final level wood collection for the House of Lancaster. House of Lancaster also has a pretty good stockpile of gold at the moment. Going for some more Earl's retinues. Needs to get perhaps getting 4 keeps in the field in total. And I'll get the +4 damage. Gold deposit has been seized, so it's no longer really necessary to interrupt it. It did not need a repair, that is a waste of resources. DeMu Lancers engaging the horsemen. Archers in the back line here, taking on the billmen. Archers are definitely a good call versus the billmen. Springballs could be a good alternative. I wonder what the guild hall looks like right now for the French players. So after this engagement, let's take a look at the guild hall. Right now the archers are just so veteran at 8 damage, and the DeMu Lancers do have 8 range armor, so they're receiving 1 damage per arrow. That's not great. Villagers idle up here. And down over here, got the horsemen engaging the barracks. There's another Earl's retinue. horsemen are going down. We'll take out one more villager before losing all these horsemen. And it looks like Magenta's now going to try to seize the central gold point. We do have a good number of horsemen still being built by the French player. See, the guild hall is currently cleaning up gold, has a massive stockpile of 5,000 gold. Okay. Magenta's playing an extremely long game, to say the least. He's just going pulling out trash units, trying to do what he can, store up as much resources as possible at the guild hall, and probably try to float off for the rest of the game on the guild hall withdrawal. I think as well, he could also go for traders. The commerce upgrade, whatever it's called for the French, does provide him a good, solid gold income of about, what, 10 gold per second, just having your traders just alive and active, which is pretty nice. Provides a good baseline of gold, regardless of what distance they travel. Gives a pretty good minimum collection rate. Got some Robol Quins firing away. Robol Quins don't care what they shoot against. They do 42 damage times 12. Once we're down here, we'll find all the manners. Manners right now are doing 8 damage because he has no plus range damage there. So these arrows are pretty weak. Trying to push down some of these manners. They do have additional health to work with. And the horseman right now has 7 range armor, so these arrows are doing 1 damage each. So he could go for increased range damage to actually make decent defenses. Because right now they're just okay. And taking them out is actually quite important. It does do a bit of economic damage. It do cost a bit of stone to get replaced. They cost stone, right? Now I'm second guessing myself. Yes, they do. Horseman finds a cove in there. We'll pick it off. Our Balkan's moving over here. Now I've got a veteran Cold War research. Going for the Elite Royal Knight. Looks like Magenta's has withdrawn from the guild hall now. Horseman backing on off. Forces the red pals there. You can always just garrison regular units inside to improve its DPS. You don't have to use villagers. And let's be frank, the red palace DPS is high enough where it outdamages almost everything he can deploy. This is deploy best just to garrison it. Currently still putting gold. Yeah, right now, don't chase the units, just garrison the red palace. It would actually do more work. Takes out those Damon Lancers there. We've got more spearmen being employed on the field, and he's going for more garrison commands. Does have elite army tactics. Huh, looks like the billmen also get up to 6 armor. Royal Knights engaging. Also engaging over here, gains a good damage on these units. He right now has only 81 villagers. He can have a smaller force. He's also going for more Trask force, so having a small number of villagers will make sense. He has also the manners for income as well. He has a nice mix of resources, but no massive stockpiles other than a bit of gold. Magenta right now has a pretty good stockpile of all resources, so given the long game, Magenta should win out. The Royal Knights are incredibly high quality, except for Royal Bloodlines. We've got a massive number of Balquins. I'm not sure how effective this will be. I've never seen these guys amazing, just okay to good. I think their range is a little bit too short. They do have 10 melee armor, which help them protect them from themselves against spearmen, as well as somewhat against men-at-arms. But I always feel like they're just okay. Oh, that's quite a bit of damage there onto that. Got ripped apart there. They have very little range resist. So the Red Palace's arbalist placement does some good work there. No boiling oil research, nor has he gotten enlistment incentives. Probably should have done that a long time ago. Red Palace getting nailed here, trying to get massacred by the villagers. King Kenny is trying to push forward. He probably should try diving on those siege weapons. We have now the horsemen and guild and royal knights over here. Get some damage, and some more down here as well. The multiple villager collection locations, very good. The red pile stays up. The culverins do fall back. All 4 further reinforcements need to be sent to the middle of the map for magenta. Nice spear brace there by the spearmen. Red pile is taking some damage there. Balkan's firing away, getting some good damage. And Kenny's fire inspires support. We've got some arbaletiers. They may be fully upgraded. They appear to be fully upgraded with both the garrisons and crossbow stirrups, as well as incendiary arrows, making them very nice. Making them very resilient to even spearmen, since they have such high melee armor. And they put the passive there, which also increases their range and range armor. I remember Horblars here. Right now they're doing 15 plus 12, so they will do good damage versus the arbaletiers. They'll greatly mitigate it with the garrisons. In fact, they're eliminating all the bonus damage. Spearmen push way forward, Billmen, more Horblars push way forward. Lucia's trying to go for mass Billmen. He has 66 villagers in the field, so he's definitely called off good numbers of villagers. He's pretty low on food and gold. It's not looking good for Gundly at the moment. The Vulcan's firing away. Right now, he probably should go for Mangonels. They have more range, so they're able to more counter the various range units. Like I said, the Republicans just don't feel like they are adequate. I think their range is too short for them to be decent. This keep is slowly being pushed on down. Magenta just cleaned up the last gold deposit. Looks like all the gold on the map has been seized. No, there's a little bit there. Keyword little. There's also a little here. Keyword even less. And abysmal. Magenta pushing forward has army 68 units versus 55. But Blue still has 70 spirit population. Magenta has more than double its army value on the field as well. Magenta feels like Spire starts steamrolling. Granted, Blue's villager count was also greatly reduced because Blue did a good job of raiding it. Well, I should also mention that. He does have currently his, I see 8 manors there. Blue does also have 4 relics. Another manor has been set ablaze. What bad manners. And now Magenta's horseman force will be cleaned on up, but Magenta has a very good stockpile of resources. Second site down south has been neutralized. More manors trying to be established. He has gotten +1 range damage, which will help with the manors with defense. Might increase their damage against horsemen by time by 100% from 1 to 2. It's still not very good. And so because we haven't seen any yeomen, people have been utilizing quite a bit of yeomen whenever I see House of Landcaster, but not this case. They've been mostly going for billmen and Horblars, going for trash units. Putting all this gold in the Revolcans, which has not been effective, cost effective enough. Some horsemen over there. Horblars shanking some villagers. And there's a warlord there. Gets picked off there. Very good focus fire. Can be somewhat difficult to fire it, but he must rotate his camera and target him. We still have a couple of levies here. Granted, yeoman levy would be just field age yeoman. Maybe extract militia protocol. Looks like Magenta will be forced back to this region, but it will be a Pyrrhic victory for Blue. Magenta has higher destroyed value than Blue at the moment. Over here, Magenta's also trying to reinforce his flanks with some stone walls. Very nice. And I think Magenta should probably eye for a bit of traders at the moment. This gold deposit is almost out. Though he may be just trying to coast on the back of the guild hall. Yeah, he's been doing some really good guild hall gold management. So momentum of the gold on the field. Maybe he doesn't need traders. Probably a good idea to still supplement a handful in. Maybe at least just 20. Of course, Magenta still has a pretty good defensive line there. Still has not gotten enlistment incentives. Could have got a lot of cost reduction there. Assuming, let me just... No, let me hit Magenta. Yep, I switched players and to Magenta properly and still does not have a research. Sometimes there's some replay bugs when it comes to that sort of thing, but in this case, it is true. Horseman charging way forward, still relying on a good number of horsemen. He has a very good, nice number of 69. Oh, there's the culvert. I was wondering, did the manor just fire a cannon shot there? But nope, it was just in behind the manor. Horsemen just going straight for more villager raiding. Very nice. Blue's army is not chasing down the horsemen. That's a big mistake. Killing off multiple villagers there, trying to deal with that force. We've still got these horsemen still marauding around the farm line. Imagine just pushing forward over here. Blue's still having trouble remaxing, going for more of the garrison commands. And it looks like Magenta is streaming in horsemen across the map. He has 83 horsemen queued on up. Very nice. Spearman gets a good hit there. A number of billmen here to engage the horsemen, so billmen overall still a great option in this situation. We've got a very good number of demi-lancers, but he has not gotten plus additional damage, enough additional damage on the demi-lancers, has not maxed it out. The demi-lancers are a bit neutered, he does not have enough stone to pull out in more keeps. Demi-lancer spearmen push way forward. And cannoneers are still in a great position there. No, oh, they do have 13 gunpowder. And the billmen are still here in good numbers. And the French player is like, yeah, that's a good number of spearmen there. Go for some archers. Or spring gull is always a good option, but I think they're just a little bit too far away, and plus he gets cost reduction discount with the spearmen. And cannoneers is still a good option, but they cost gold. And I think he's getting a little bit stingy on gold. He still has a very good stockpile of wood, so I think he's just trying to use all this wood before it gets any use any of his gold. He still has a pretty good core of hand cannoneers, 12 of them. Archers and hand cannons moving forward. Another round on horse behind him. He's actually not remaxed in the moment. There's been lapse there. He is going for Chamber of Commerce, or not Chamber of Commerce, Merchant Guild's research, which will give him 6 gold. 1 gold every 6 seconds, so it does give him a passive 10 gold per minute, which is not bad. Give him a nice little baseline there, making sure every single trader provides at minimum 1/4 of a villager gathering up gold. In this distance here, probably give him, what, 45 gold? 35? Overestimated it? So each trader should be about equal to a gold miner, I believe, with the Merchant Guild's research. Not great, but not bad. And also infinite. Now the French player is going to try to knock out this one game with quality. He has a massive number of Royal Knights on the build queue. Royal Knights engage some of these villagers there. They could try to get on top of the walls so they're to stay alive, but they'll be gunned down with archers. Do we actually see chivalry research just yet? I don't see the icon there. Nope, he hasn't researched. Does chivalry not have an icon there? I can't remember. Spearmen push way forward. The Billmans. We have now these Demi Lancers and Hovelords trying to engage these villagers, but they're fighting this. So Keeper has Arbalest in placement. Archer is firing away in a good position there. Horsemen and Royal Knights push way forward. Billmen are running away from everything there. Got a good number of hand cannons providing some good fire support. And Blue's right now down to 55 villagers. That's not too many remaining. Half the French players' villagers. Of course, does have a very good amount of income from these manors. Each one's providing effectively 3 villagers worth of income, so 9 times 3, so it's effectively plus 27, but it's still far inferior than 100. Which soon can be improved by some traders. Archers and engineers firing from a good position there, not being focused down. Royal Knights offer a sheer amount of durability to help provide a good front line. This upset there, allow the archers and cannoneers to get some more damage done. But not too many cannoneers remaining. Archers still firing away in a pretty good position. Local doggo, the man's head pads up there still. And looks like the Spearman will be cleaned up, but so does Magenta. Blue actually now has a higher destroy value than Magenta, but Magenta has the economy to back up his losses. Blue does not. In fact, he is losing a good number of villagers. Down to 38. 35 traders there, which they will go down as well. Yeah, but I think Blue's by getting should probably just tap out of the game now. Red Fire does also have plenty of wood, probably bringing a wave of battering rams. Guildhall has 7,000 gold. Withdraw from it, then go for stone. Get the wonder, start eyeing. At this point in time, I don't think there's much more I can say. Blue just lost the game. And back out of the game and lost the game. This is Aaron Grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.